Good morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the Morning Grind comments. Well, happy Friday. Even for a short week, we've had certainly a big movement in the grain room mostly on the downside. Soybeans have lost 72 cents, corn 37 cents, wheat 63 cents, soybean oil 4 cents a pound, while the meal market went from 475 in the nearby down to 457, but overnight is back to 470. I think that for the new year, market came in and it was concerned about 2023 being more about demand or lack of, or prices where prices need to go to stimulate demand, versus 2022 when we were worried about supply and tight supply, starting out with lower South American crops and then the lower U.S. crops. I think that in 2023, U.S. farmers should increase acres, and if La Nina is weakening, we should have good summer weather. Some people are looking back at 1996 as a year in which the La Nina weakened after many years, and the spring weather for the most part in the U.S. was normal. And our weather guy is looking at maybe a little bit of a dry start to the spring in the eastern belt, but normal in the west. And as the year progresses, we start switching to normal weather in the east, and also at the late end of the western growing season, maybe a little bit of dryness. The southern plains actually got rain in 1996 before it was all said and done. Down in South America, I think the focus remains on Argentina and southern Brazil. And today, on a typical Friday, we've got divergence in the maps in which you have the European model basically taking rain out for next week and in the 2-week period for Argentina and southern Brazil, while the American model has rain starting mid next week for much of the dry areas. So you couldn't really be too much far apart in key weather models for Argentina. We noted that Argentina continues to drop their ratings of both corn and beans, and for that first Argentina corn crop, 41% of the crop is pollinating. So that crop probably is going to see lower yields. We see that Brazil is still cheaper than U.S. as far as beans and meal is concerned, but Brazil is out of the corn market, and probably so is Argentina. Overnight, China relaxed some of its property rules, which may offer support to commodities. We also note that there is a 36-hour ceasefire in Russia during their Orthodox Christmas holiday, but it's still far apart as far as the Russians want Ukraine to give up taken area, while Ukraine wants Russia out of those areas. And so that's a stalemate right there, and the war probably will continue. January 12th is the U.S. Day report, and we expect if the export sales data today is disappointing, they could lower corn and soybean exports, and the crop historically increases for 2022 final numbers. So again, outside markets watching the jobs data, we've got stocks, we've got the dollar, we've got crude oil higher, and the grain markets are higher right now, taking some profits from the steep losses that we've seen so far this week. Have a good trading day, and remember, always treat people like you yourself would like to be treated.